Hi everyone, thank you for joining us on another episode of our Mystical Wellness podcast. Tonight we have a really special guest and we are joined by Caroline Clarkson Drake. And Caroline is a gifted spiritual medium, an astrologer and numerologist who brings deep insight and guidance through her intuitive work. Alongside her spiritual path, Caroline has walked a profound personal journey with cancer, and she will be joining us today to share her story of resilience, transformation and healing. She'll also be exploring spiritual tools and practices that supported her through life's challenges, offering wisdom and inspiration for anyone navigating their own path of empowerment and well-being. Caroline, thank you so much for joining us. How are
Thank you
you?
very much for inviting me. It's going to be a lovely evening. 18 of the 8th,
Oh, right.
2025. Wow. 18 being the Christos number. So yes, obviously we're working with the white light, and having Andrew Harvey here again tonight is fabulous. My mentor. I keep saying my
Yeah,
mentor.
it's lovely
He
that
has
he's
helped me
come on
so
to
much.
support you. That's so nice. Yeah, and hopefully we'll have Andrew back on as well very
Oh, I
soon.
do hope so.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself. How did things get started? How did you know that you're a spiritual medium and get into all of your astrology, numerology, that kind of thing?
Well, it's very strange because when I was a little girl, I was 6 years of age at the time, and one night I came down the stairs and completely collapsed. They couldn't revive me, so they sent me to Barnet General Hospital. They couldn't do anything. Then they couldn't get me into Great Ormond Street Hospital, so they sent me to St Pancras Hospital for Nervous Diseases because they didn't know what the heck was going on. So my father had recently come back from Africa after working on a film. My father was a sound recordist. And so obviously a lot of prayers were going out, and my grandma was by my side in my bed. My mum was sleeping in the hospital. And it took, it must have been at least 2 to 3 weeks before I actually came through. And when I did, I turned round to my grandmother and said, they've been praying for me and I can see spirit people around the bed. Mum said, I'm not sure about this. But anyway, I got better. And then my father was coming back from another film out in Africa. And turned round to him and I said, Daddy, I must have been about 8. I said, Daddy, don't unpack. I said, the phone's going to ring and they're going to be telling you to go out on another project. Within literally half an hour, the phone rang. And Dad was out the door. And Mum said, what the heck? So she told my neighbours. They thought it was like, we're not too sure about this. Is Caroline working with a light or something else? Well, I didn't know. My grandfather was a Methodist minister, and I hope I was working in the light. Anyway, they put me in a Catholic school. My grandfather was a Methodist minister, not Catholic, a Methodist minister. Anyway, it was good fun, and I had lots of questions, and I was told you should just believe in the Bible, and word for word, verbatim. Of course, Caroline wasn't going to have that. Talk about my third place. And I went, not sure about this. And my friend Katrina Mitchell, her father John Mitchell was running EMI Studios, and they just worked on the Devils with which would cause a lot of controversy. If I don't know if any of you remember that film, but anyway, they called Katrina's father that he was in cahoots. He was the most wonderful, loving man, very charity conscious. No way that you could say that John was. But anyway, they chucked her out and expelled her. I went into saying, look, what you're doing is wrong, and they said there's nothing to do with you. Another girl basically tried to interrupt, and I unfortunately I swore, and I got myself into a lot of trouble. Anyway, they wanted to give me cane, and I wouldn't have it, and it was just a real to do. Anyway, Mum took me out of the school. Anyway, I just carried a very, very low profile. Went into an Aldi school, but I always knew that I was a little bit different. Obviously, after sort of surviving this, what they never did find out what it was, whether it was meningitis or what it was, but I survived. So I kept a very low profile, but I always had a sixth sense before something happened. Anyway, I went to school and I got bullied because obviously I could see things that were going to be happening and I was normally accurate and correct. And anyway, luckily, thank goodness, I had a lovely godfather called Walter Henry. He was an actor and he helped me to get into film artist work, which saved the day basically. I was 15, got in with the FAA and didn't really look back after that. Then eventually I went to Corona Academy of Dramatic Art after working on quite a few little bits and bobs. First film that I did was when I actually was 7, out in Ireland, on a film called Where's Jack? Just played an urchin kid in a big market square, which was lovely. Remember the day there was a rainbow over the paying out tent, and I thought that was the end of where the rainbow was. Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
so that was my first film. And then, as I said, but the ones probably people would probably remember is obviously which was the second film to Star Wars, which was The Empire Strikes Back,
Were you in
where
The Empire Strikes Back?
yeah, I was Carrie Fisher's stand-in and body double.
Oh, amazing! Oh, I love
Yeah.
that.
And after that, then I went to work on the film Quadrophenia,
Hold on,
and
hold on. What was it like to work with Carrie Fisher?
very interesting. Yes, very interesting. Lovely young lady. Yes, very
Yeah.
interesting young
Hmm.
lady. Yes, yes. Yeah, she's very interesting. God rest her soul. It's very sad that she went down that pathway of drugs, which she
Yeah.
wrote about. I'm not speaking out of turn because she did write about it in a book. And I'm always
Hmm.
very careful about what I say about people. Always very, very careful.
Yeah.
So yeah, so from the Empire Strikes Back, I then went to work on Quadrophenia. And that was really amazing because, as I say, I was becoming very, very aware of entities and spirituality and such like. And one night I had a dream and I dreamt about people dying in Ethiopia. And I said to my mum, I said, Mum, we've got to do something. I said, people are going to be dying in Ethiopia real soon if you don't do anything. And I kept going on and on and on about it. Anyway, so Mum said, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do about it. Anyway, she had a word with Harry Bain, God bless his soul, he's a spirit land. And he said, okay. He said, I'm going to New York to set up a film. Would Caroline like to go with a friend to the premiere? And of course, that was it. Had a few drinks. Was like, went to Bob Geldof and Midge and said, this is going to happen. And da 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 da. Anyway, by in 1985, it all took place regarding Ethiopia, Live Aid and such like. By that time, I'd completely disappeared because Dad thought he was as well that I went into the background. Anyway,
Right.
tried to have a normal life, worked for the London Borough of Barnet, and this was all really weird. I had a very bashed up little mini, blue little mini, and it was the time of the great winds, and I survived that. Managed to get to work in Hendon and to sit on the call centre with all the phone calls coming through. And then we came into another part of the time, and for some peculiar reason, I had a major, major car crash. It is a miracle that I'm alive today, but at that time, I was actually wearing a gold Merkaba
Oh, that's amazing.
neck. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
swear to God, that gold Merkaba, it scared the living daylights out of me. But looking back, this is over 20 years. I'm coming up for 65 next month. And I swear it must have had something to help me to survive. So, I put the yoga to side and thought, well, okay, maybe I'll pick up it later on. Then went into more dancing and I just left it. And then, for some strange reason, I was working in London. I was contracting, I think, for
Hmm.
the one of the major hospitals in London, Guy's or one of those hospitals. And I was living in Luton, but somehow I missed my stop.
Hmm.
And I ended up getting off at Leavesden, found a church, and that was the start. So the medium there introduced me to spirituality, and and that's carried on being there. And then a lovely lady, God rest her soul, Margaret Fox, she turned up, and I was able to give her a reading about her sister who died and got the name right, and about her auntie had sung Burlington Bertie on stage. And she said, right, that's it, Caroline. Are you a spiritual medium? I went, nope. She said, I need to train you. But prior to that, going right, right, right back from the time when I was actually in drama school, my best friend, Julie Moxham, who was a model and great friends of Thin Lizzy, she unfortunately died of a car crash. And I was looking for answers. So I went to the Association of Great Britain in Grosvenor Square and had a reading. And the
Hmm.
lady who gave me that reading, she's still alive. She actually does, I think her name's Dorothy. I think she's still in Hinckley, bless her. But she's lovely, and it's so strange. So 20 odd years on, here I am where I am now. But yeah, I was busy doing my spiritual work, doing my numerology, astrology, mediumistic work, never
Mm.
thinking that I'd actually come down with a lumbar cancer, little
Yeah.
devil. And I was just coming back from, uh, what's she doing here? Sorry, forgive me. Oh, what's going on? Where are we going? Where are we?
Are you okay?
I'm trying to find, somehow I've lost you. Oh
Okay, I'm
God,
still here. I still see you and hear you.
where are we going? Oh, bless. This is weird. Oh, I'm back.
Okay.
I don't know what the heck happened there. Where did I get to? I digress. Yeah, regarding the cancer.
Mm.
So I'd had the mammogram and I was planning to go off to do a Mind, Body and Spirit festival through Cherry Smith, lovely spiritual medium. She does these most
Mm.
wonderful spiritual writings and such like. And she was doing this spiritual fair, not thinking anything about this mammogram. When I got back, after having a terrific, wonderful weekend, got the letter. We need to see you regarding what we found.
Right.
This lumbral carcinoma, this little tiny lump, which literally is not regular size,
Mm.
it's more oval.
Okay.
You don't normally find them. They normally hide. So the surgeon, lovely lady, Rachel Salisbury, said to me, we found something. And she said, I think you basically are being watched over. I burst out crying. I said, it's got to be my mum. I said, my mum passed with pancreatic cancer. She said, well, that's what it is. But she said, don't worry. She said, an operation will be carried out to remove the carcinoma. Panic station. I hadn't even met Andrew then.
Right.
Luckily I had done a service at Hinckley Spiritualist Church, which I'm going back to this month, I think about the 27th in the
Mm.
afternoon, which will be lovely. So I was introduced to another healer, Paul. Looks a bit like between Jason Momoa and Johnny Depp.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I think that's the new fantasy.
Anyway, so we have a little chat. Anyway, we went
So
to a
where is this place?
Hinckley Spiritual Church, yeah.
Okay.
And anyway, we went for a drink, and he said to me, "Look, Caroline, he wrote me a little letter. He said, love your cancer, don't hate your cancer." And I
Right.
went, "You
Yeah.
got to name." I said, "Look, I can think about 1,001 names I'd like to call this carcinoma." He said, "No, no, 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 you mustn't call
Yeah.
it a bad name because you're going to be just imagine as if an alien had come to live with you for a little while." He said, "You're not going to hate it because it's come for a visit, are you?" I went, "I suppose not."
No.
He said, "Right, you've got to call it." And I said, "Not for me to tell you what the name is, but you've got to call it." So I'm sitting on my computer one day, going through all lists of names and such like. And then it basically turned up, jackalope. I went,
Okay.
right, so what is this jackalope? It's a rabbit with horns on it. I thought, that's it. It's buried its way into my left breast.
Yeah.
Not meant to be there, but okay, so you're jackalope. Anyway, I was very fortunate because Johnny Depp, I'm going to say Johnny Depp because he probably will be watching this. He gave me a present. No, I don't know whether you can see it. I'll go a bit closer. He gave me a lovely little pendant called the Bunny Man, and that has stayed with
Wow.
me right from the beginning, and has been my courage. Then I went to do a service at the Singing Bowl,
Mm.
and Stacey, bless her heart, she said to me, "I know this is the most amazing. Don't get big headed now, Andrew. Most amazing healer called Andrew Harvey." I went, "Okay," and he's good. He said, "Oh yes."
Mm.
And I tried contacting Andrew, but we didn't quite work it out on Zoom and such like. It didn't work, but
Mm.
I thought no. And Andrew said, "Don't worry." He said, "I'm coming to the Singing Bowl and I'm going to be doing um, a talk one evening." I went, "I'm going to be there." And then he said, "Also going to be doing a seminar." I went, "I'm going to be there." And I said, "I'll be sending you out healing." I said, "And don't worry, you've got to find that presence within yourself and trust." You know, as he always says, you've got to have the faith that things are
Yes.
going to work out for the best. I had no trust. I didn't really know what the heck was going to go on, to be honest with you. So anyway, that was on the Thursday night. I think on that Friday night, I was going to have an MRI. And luckily, we talked about it and, you know, and it's very noisy. I don't know if anybody's ever had an MRI, but it's the
Yes.
most
I've had a
noise,
couple. Yeah.
noise, and you have to really sort of visualize to get through it. You know, even though
Yeah.
you've got headphones on and plugs in your ears and
I
probably
I had
listening
it
to
for my
favorite music.
ears. I had it for my ears because I'm deaf now, and I had to wear this mask on my face and
Oh,
everything, and it
bless
was one
you.
of the most terrifying things I've ever done. And trying not to have a panic attack is very hard. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. But
it
it
was
was lovely.
horrid.
I mean,
Yeah.
not lovely the fact that I was having all this work done because, you know, it was, I thought, right, that's what, okay, chunk it. Just take it in stages, one step at a time.
Yeah.
I thought that way, because the surgeons and the nurses and the doctors are wonderful,
Mm.
but they're very busy. And so
Yeah.
were the McMahon nurses. They're excellent. I mean, they turned around and said to me, you can have counselling. I went, no, that's going to be me talking, and that's not going to help.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I went on to Andrew's 101 energy frequency, and that's where I had the visualization regarding the Merkaba.
Mm.
And that was just as I was healing through the operation. You know, I've got a lovely mark on my arm, and I've got one under here. I kept on saying I'm going to have a dragonfly, but I probably won't. But you know, and yeah, so 72 hours went by. Prior to that, there was another miracle happened. My sister-in-law had given my husband a voucher to have a massage at Valentine Gym. Well, he's not really into massage or anything like that anyway, so it didn't get used for months. And he said, look, why don't you see if you can have a massage? So anyway, we managed to get into my name and I went off to Valentine. Well, the weirdest thing was, it was, although I'd had a lovely time and I'd had a swim, I forgot to bring back my wristband. So I felt so guilty, didn't I? Anyway, I ended up joining up for the Bannatyne gym. The Bannatyne people I've got to say a big thank you to the staff at Bannatyne Gym in Milton Keynes because they are absolutely fantastic. They are so very kind. They work you hard, but they were part of my journey. And so, you know, all the way through, right up until the time of the operation, they helped me through, which was great. So as I say, after the operation, with 72 hours, I thought, that's it, I've had enough.
Mm.
I'm not going to be sitting around just doing arm rotations and this, that, and what. I thought, bored. Let's see if I
Yeah.
can lift my arms up. And I could. And I went, okay. So then, you know, I was getting back in, gradually slowing, getting through and doing the exercises. And this is what I'm saying to anybody who is going through breast cancer or any form of cancer. After your exercise, go by what your surgeons and your doctors are telling you, but
Mm.
please, please start exercising. It's really, really important because it's your core muscles that get you through.
Yeah.
Even just basically just doing a sideways bend or lifting your arms up slowly, you know, or your legs up, but gradually, slowly, just working on it, you know. And the main thing is, I think, is not comparing yourself to anybody else because it's very easy to do that when you're in gym and you're seeing other people lifting their weights up and doing their running, you know, think flipping out. I'll never do that in a million years, but who knows? I'll probably have to be able to run that if there was a bad person about.
Yeah.
But it's literally just taking it one step at a time. It's a
Mm.
journey, you know, there's no doubt about it. It's a journey, but it's so easy to give in and say, I'm not doing this. I hate
How
this.
did you
I want to
stay
do this.
focused? What kept you focused then?
Thanks to Andrew's visualizations. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I remember on the last one that we did, and luckily, thank goodness, I was very pleased about it. I was the last one to have to talk about my avatar, and Andrew will probably be laughing about this because when it came to my turn, I said, "Don't like this game. I don't want to play this game." And Andrew turned around to me and said, "Oh, I've got news for you, young lady. You are going to play this game." He said, "Otherwise, you can leave now." I went,
Oh
"Oh."
wow.
So he said, "Okay." He said, "If you don't want to talk about it, how do you see yourself?" He said, "You can think about your surname." I went, "Oh yeah, I'm a Drake, and I'm like the little duck on the pond." I said, "Talking to everybody and not noticing the obstacles." He said, "Right, now we can move forward with this." And
Okay.
it is a case of seeing the obstacles. And yeah, like everybody else, I'm guilty. Yeah, I like a nice packet of crisps or a packet of tortilla chips or the, occasional chocolate or the nice
Mm.
piece of chocolate cake.
Yeah.
But you have to get back onto the diet again, and eating sensibly. Because as a friend of mine, Susan Paramore, who is part of Elfenfest, which is part of the Dolman, told me, as she was a nurse, previously had been a nurse. Lovely singer. If you ever get a chance to hear her voice, it's beautiful.
Mm.
She said to me, "I'm a nurse, or was a nurse." She said, "But I'm going to tell you now." She said, "Carcinomas love sugar." She said, "So you have to do a visualization of wasps. Wasps
Right.
love sugar.
Yeah.
So if you're going to go for a piece of cake, too many pieces," she said, "imagine that cake with lots of wasps around it." And that worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can see that. Yeah.
Got a long way to go. I mean, I was delighted today that I lost another kilogram. Don't want to
Mhm.
lose any pounds, don't want to lose any money, but kilograms are okay. So I've gone down to 75 kilograms.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
And it's a case of love your body, yeah.
Yeah.
Weigh yourself with no clothes on.
Yeah. I think talking to the body when you're going through something major is really important. And I did have a lady that I was doing a reading for earlier in the year, and it's kind of knowing that your body's doing the best it can for you. And it's not like
Yes,
it chose that. So it's like sending those positive words into the body is so important.
because
Yeah.
it's our vehicle, it's our Merkaba, it's our
Yeah.
energy center. I never realized it until I was reading it. It was like, oh my gosh, that's the Merkaba.
Yeah.
And oh my God, last night was fabulous. This is why I wanted to do this visualization about the Merkaba as a vehicle, being able to get inside the
Yeah.
Merkaba and then being able to go on a journey wherever you want to go. It's incredible. It
Yeah.
really,
We
really
I
is
mean we've got about 20 minutes left if you wanted to
fabulous.
do it that we could do that or wherever you want to go is absolutely
Yeah,
fine.
should we do the Merkaba?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, right. Uh, Andrew's probably thinking to himself, "Oh, this is going to be interesting. I haven't done this one before." Okay, so please close your eyes. What I'd like you to do is just to breathe deeply. Don't hold your breath, but just take in some deep breaths. Breathing in slowly and breathing out slowly. Breathing in slowly, breathing out slowly. Carry on this motion, just breathing in slowly and breathing out slowly. Just letting go all the way from all the tension in your body. Let go of all the things that might have happened during the day, rushing about your job, or whether anybody's cut you up on the road, or you haven't made any deadlines or whatever. It doesn't matter now. This is your time. This is your space. Are you ready to go on a little journey with me? I think you are. Okay. So just carry on breathing. Now, in front of you, there's a big field. Now, what I want you to do is start walking towards this object. The object is like two stars together, and this object is actually spinning and sending out lots of beautiful rainbow colors onto this field. Don't be afraid, there's nothing there to hurt you at all, but just carry on walking. But please notice around you that there's a beautiful sunny day, not too hot, just with a nice breeze. The birds are flying in the sky, all different types of coloured birds. The little animals are scurrying around, mice and rabbits and cats and dogs. But funny enough, all these animals are getting on really, really well together. It's a really lovely heart space, happy day. Just start walking now. And as you go towards this Merkaba object, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. This is your own spaceship. Oh yeah. It doesn't have to be a pointed spaceship. It's your own spaceship with a wonderful energy around it, yeah? And this Merkaba is actually going to take you into the most wonderful, wonderful journey. So as we move forward, it's getting, as I said before, it's getting closer and closer and closer. In fact, you're feeling quite excited about this because you're thinking, gosh, I'm going on a journey and I don't have to pay for it. This is going to be my special journey wherever I want to go. So as you get towards the Merkaba, there is a portal, there's a doorway that's opening up. It's a golden door that's sliding across from the right to the left. Now start to move slowly into that area of your own personal Merkaba. Inside the Merkaba, it's a bit like the TARDIS. Yes, it is. It's just a bit like the TARDIS. You can see an oval spectrum of all a panoramic view all around you. The fields, the trees, the sky, and even on a glass floor right underneath you, what the earth looks like. You know, it's beautiful. Now, in front of you is the controls of your own particular Merkaba. So be inquisitive. There's a seat there especially for you. In front is your own screen of your own map. As you look at the map, there seems to be different lights shining, but these are the star spectrum of all the different stars, the myriad of stars, the Pleiades, the North Star, the South Star, Venus, Saturn, Mars is all in this screen. Now there's a lever in front of you. Slowly, as if you're going to be moving this spaceship up in the air. Don't be frightened. There's nothing that's going to go wrong. Draw that lever towards you and slowly watch that Merkaba, your own special shape, your own special spaceship, start to take off from the ground. As it goes up, it goes up, it goes up. You can see, looking down, all the houses, all the trees, all the cars, just moving about, going on their own journey. It's their journey, not your journey, because this is your own special journey. And remember, you can go wherever you want. Remember, as we live on this earth plane, this is the most dense planet that we live on. But as your spaceship is rising and rising higher and higher, you're feeling lighter, light as a feather, but feeling comfortable with this. You might even feel that sensation of moving about, just floating around, going up, seeing where the stars are, looking down, seeing where the blue clouds. Blue clouds? Well, they could be blue clouds or white clouds or what other colours you want to see in the clouds, you know? And there's nothing worrying at all here. Yes, the birds are down below. You can see them flying around, looking very happy, but you're rising up. You're rising up. You're rising up. Rising up. You're going up, 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 beyond the Earth's atmosphere now. And you can go wherever you want to. You may decide you want to go to Venus or Mars or Saturn or even to a very bright star or even maybe to that planet far, far away called Dagobah, or maybe one of the other moons out there away from our own solar system. But remember, don't go too far because we've still got to come back. But as you travel, You see your own particular planet coming towards you. No fear, no one's going to hurt you here. You're welcome. You're very, very welcome. As you come forward, you can see yourself going into this own particular atmosphere of your own particular planet, star, asteroid, or whatever you want to be. And you're going to start to, very soon, start to come down, feeling that energy bringing you down. Slowly, 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 with that energy of feeling very, very happy and very contented. And in fact, in many ways, feeling a little bit excited because, after all, you're going to be able to find that secret that nobody's told you about. That secret, your very own secret, that's going to help you in your journey in the future. Oh, yes. And as we come down, we're coming down, 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 getting slower and slower and slower. In a minute, you may feel a little bit of a bump, but don't worry about it. Okay, but we're coming down. We're going to count down now from 20 down to 1. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome. That's what comes up on the screen. Welcome to our area. And the door opens, and there in front of you is the most serene, beautiful, ethereal being that you've never... It's a light being. After all, aren't we all light warriors on this earth plane? And we're welcomed. And we can understand the light language that's been spoken to us. This light language is the feeling that we've been welcomed home. We can see our loved ones, those people who've been in our life, who've played a very important part, whether it's brother, sister, mother, father, uncle, auntie, or even little babies that may have gone into the greater world. And we're welcomed. And we're sitting there, and once again, as we left the planet Earth, it was a beautiful sunny day. And here it's another beautiful sunny day. But the strange thing is that the earth and the greenery around you is a little bit more deep, a green, a more emerald green than we have on this planet. A really deep emerald green. We can hear the fountains going rushing and flowing around us. And those most beautiful of all birds just flying around us. And in front of us, we're being offered to look into the most amazing book. It's the book of life. It's the book of the journey that we've come already, but also there's a padlock on that one of those pages. I'm sure you're ready to unlock that padlock now, aren't they? So you're being offered the key. So unlock the padlock and now start reading what your future journey is going to be. There's no hatred. There's no bitterness. Nobody is trying to be nasty to you. This is your future journey. This is the mission that you're going to go back into your rest of your life with. Although we're short of time, we will have to be making our journey back. But remember that your ethereal creature, don't actually probably use the word creature, and I'm sorry for that, ethereal being, that ethereal being is always going to be with you for the rest of your life. I'm grateful to Isha, who has helped us on this journey to come to this beautiful area, to gain the knowledge that we needed to take back to the earth, to Gaia, our beautiful home that we're living at this particular moment when we go back. Just now, please thank your ethereal being. It's not for me to tell you what your ethereal being is called. But before you go, ask the question, who are they? Because your ethereal being will be with you for the rest of your life. They are part of the Christos light, this very bright light of the Merkaba that has brought you on your journey. So just say your goodbyes now. Thank your loved ones for being with you. And please now make your way back to your Merkaba. But this time it's going to be a quicker journey, and we're going to actually come back to the earth plane a lot quicker, because they're giving us the essence of the speed of light instead of the speed of sound. And we're going to walk into that gateway. The door is being opened again for us again, and we're moving in, and it's shutting again. And we're feeling very, very grateful that we've been able to be part of this wonderful experience. This moment in time you will never forget. This moment in time when you go through the challenges in your life, you will always be able to pick back into this moment, bringing forward your wonderful spiritual guide, your spiritual ethereal being. So again, it's almost as though the Merkaba craft has been taken over. Don't worry about it, because we've got to come back quickly now, because now we're going to be moving forwards, and we're going to, by a very quick process, we're going to come back. So now we're going to count from the 1 to 20. And as we go, we can see below again the glass floor where, as we rise up, we're just basically seeing all the wonderful beings, our wonderful family and friends, and we're waving to them, just saying goodbye for the moment, until the time comes again when we will be reunited. So we're now going to thank and be blessed. So I'm going to now talk through with you from 1 to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. When you're ready, only when you're ready, you'll see the doorway of the Merkaba open again. And this will take you back to where you were seated before you made your journey. When you're ready, open your eyes and welcome back. How do you all feel?
Hi, that was good, thank you.
That was lovely, really lovely.
Oh, I'm so pleased you enjoyed it.
I went to Mars because I've been working on getting memories back from lifetimes in Mars,
Oh, yes.
and I've been trying to locate a secret base, so I think I know where that is. and, and
Fan-flipping-tastic.
and the person I met was an ant person, which is like a family, and I got a name for a guide, so I need to write that down.
Yes, please do.
Yeah.
It's very important when they come to you.
Yeah.
Did you see the bright lights? It's amazing, the planet, because we often think about Mars being the red planet, but I often think to myself, is that an optical illusion?
Yeah, I mean, I think of Mars as being just out of phase. So when we look at it, we see it differently. But then I just kind of I went down into a secret base. It's inside,
Yes.
like a big hangar. That's what I saw. Um,
Fascinating.
yeah.
And now you know who
Yeah.
your spiritual guide is, and as at any time you need got any questions and such like regarding Mars, you can ask more questions. Fantastic.
Did anybody get anything that they want to share from their meditation?
I just felt it was really calming and yeah, really restful. I really liked that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so pleased.
Kathy, are you with us? Kathy goes off sometimes on
Oh.
other meditations. So, let's see. How about you, Andrew? I think Kathy's gone, actually.
Oh.
Andrew, I put you on mute, so you just need to unmute yourself. Sorry.
Yeah,
Hello.
I did it with my eyes open.
Oh, that's interesting.
So whatever you're talking about, I could actually see it.
So do you see
Fantastic.
holographically outside of your body? Like, you just
Yeah,
see it there?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's cool. Yeah.
yeah. I can see everything what I need to be seen, what I'm guided to. It's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
Thank you.
enjoyable.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Awesome.
And that's thanks to you because you're the first person who brought me the Merkaba in the healing chamber.
That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about your astrology and your numerology work before we finish.
Well, that's interesting because it was during the pandemic and I was coming up to my 60th birthday and everywhere, as you remember, during the pandemic was closed. You know, I was due to go to Weymouth to be with friends to celebrate my 60th birthday. Didn't happen. Bill Blair, the actor, said, "I'll come over to Los Angeles and we'll go to the Magic Castle." We booked it all up.
Oh, wow.
So I'm thinking, what the heck is going on? And then I remembered, keep the faith. Something very, very special is going to happen. Because was given the proof about when my husband was working in Derby and he was coming home and he went on furlough. So right, keep the faith. And that night he was away from home in Derby working at Rolls-Royce. And I had a dream that I was going to go to a beautiful place I'd been before, and that was Barbados. And I went, no,
Amazing.
is this going to happen? I thought, no, keep the faith. When my husband came back on the Friday, he said, I know that everything is closed, but they've just opened Barbados.
Oh,
I
wow.
went, what the heck? You want to go? I went, you bet I do. So that was the time. It was a very interesting point because Jupiter, which is the benefic planet, it brings in good things. I mean, at the moment, he's very happy with Venus in the sign of Cancer, which is for me makes me very happy. But no, it's a benefic planet, and Jupiter was just about to overtake Saturn, which was flipping amazing. And I thought something was coming in. Something's going to come in that's going to help us get out of this. And the myriad of stars was, absolutely mind blowing. And I thought, no, that's it. I'm 60 today, but I'm coming back and I'm going to study astrology. And I did. And I mean, I just put my whole energy into astrology. I got my medical astrology diploma, I got my Western astrology diploma, and I got my moonology diplomas. But I forgot about me. I was study, keep my mind occupied. But of course, when I wasn't studying, it was like, yeah, I'm gonna have a drink now. I'll have another drink, and I'll have a pack of crisps, and I'll have a sweetie bar, and I'll have this, that, and the other. Well, I know to me, I came down with diabetes too.
Right.
Thank God, I haven't been put on medication for it. But first time, yeah, okay, got back on track, did my exercises, got on a diet, everything was going well. Then, of course, then again, this year, forgot about it, isn't I? I'm like, oh, Caroline, you're going to have to go back on your diet, cut out all the nice. And then it was like 2 weeks later that cancer happened. So that was a big wake up call. And now I'm thinking, I've been looking at my astrology and I say, I'm Virgo. And the position of Pluto is actually in my sixth house of work and health. So it basically means to say I have to look after myself. I have to eat sensibly. I have to do my exercise. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to do the beautiful, wonderful spiritual work that I love so very much and which means a great deal to me. I mean, to me tonight is the fact that there are four of us, and that doesn't matter to me because all four of you who are here tonight mean a great deal to me. And maybe in many ways, because obviously I haven't done a lot of spiritual work this year, it's better for me, you know. I always think about the number four being number four being the number.
There's actually 5 of us right now.
Fantastic! Five! Number change! Well, you got from four into from death into change. Well, fantastic. So yeah, so it's all very interesting, especially as Saturn is going. It's not as powerful as he has been, you know, in Aries.
Yeah. So the astrology for the rest of the month, rest of August. How's it looking?
Yeah, I mean, as I say, we'll enter Saturn into Pisces on the 31st. So that's it's going to be powerful because with the degrees, it goes up to 30 degrees. So it's coming in, bang, into 30. So it's a restart, a reissue, a reanalysis, or whatever, all the rewords, you know, record, whatever.
I've had quite an emotional Lionsgate that really kind of did a number on me. I started to process some trauma and emotional healing, and it really floored me. It did, and I'm coming out of it now, getting my mind back and things like that. But not good.
It is incredible. It really is. Regarding where's Mars at the moment? I know Uranus is in Gemini, so that's going to be interesting with all the Gemini people out there. You know, it's going to be great for Johnny Depp because he's a Gemini, and my husband because they're going to think outside the box. You know.
So how well do you know Johnny Depp?
It's just friends. I mean, from Bill Blair knew Johnny very well, and of course, I just happened to bump into him when I'm very fortunate. In 2000, and Mum died in 2012 or 14. It must have been about 2014. Bill was getting an award, a Hollywood award, for playing more aliens than anybody else and being in the Guinness Book of Records.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, Johnny Depp's outside, and he was saying, "Well, where are you going? Are you here to see me?" I went, "Nope. Why not? I'm here to see my friend Bill." "Oh, Bill, yeah, okay."
It's like, "Would you like my autograph?" "No."
"Do you want an autograph?" "Nope." We're going a bit straight, but why not? I said, "Because I'm here to see Bill. I'm going to come to see Bill's award." "Oh, okay, fine." He said, what about me then?" He said, "Oh, he's all right. He's gonna marry that woman." And he said, "What do you think about it?" "It's none of my business. I'm not telling you what to do."
Oh.
Be happy. Yeah. He said, "Oh, that's it, isn't it?" He said, we'd had a couple of drinks. He said, "You're lovely, you know." I went, "Oh, thank you very much." I really need to go and see Bill because he's going to be arriving in a minute. And it was just like so funny, you know.
That's amazing.
You know, Johnny Depp having sort of lots of fans around. And it's me turning around and saying, no, my friend Bill's coming.
Yeah, I think he's probably not used to that because everybody just thinks, "Oh, he's so amazing." And somebody just being real and saying, "Actually, no, I'm here for somebody else." That probably shocked him. Yeah.
Probably. But no, joking apart, he is a terrific actor. He's very, very talented. But he's always been talented. I mean, he's lots and lots of challenges in his life. And this next one's going to be very interesting because, of course, he's now got Uranus, which is the planet that doesn't move in the same direction as all the other planets.
Yeah.
It's like, have free will. Hey, here I am. This is my life. This is how I'm going to do it. You know, blow everybody else, you know.
Yeah.
Like trying to, go by the rules and regulations and like, I'm bored now. I'm going to do this. And oh, okay, fine. You're telling me what to do. Fine. Stick to the management, and then, but I'm going to have a little bit of fun on the way. But no, he's an amazing man. He really is.
Why did he give you the necklace? How did that happen?
We had fun with this. Last year, I went for all the rigmarole, thinking it was a wonderful. I didn't need it. Thinking that the best thing to become was a Johnny Depp fan. Well, it did happen. It all went wrong. And then I decided afterwards that I was going to order the Bunnyman pendant. Well, that didn't arrive. That went back to America at the time of the fires. And then it didn't arrive, so I'm complaining it hadn't arrived. And then it did arrive. And I think, and then I came down cancer, and I just sent a letter and I said, "Look, you probably won't allow it, but it would be really nice if you could speak to Johnny Depp about this and he would allow me to have the Bunnyman pendant." And I'm not joking, this little Bunnyman pendant, it's my own chain, by the way, but this little Bunnyman pendant has stayed with me since day one of the journey.
Yeah.
And I'm very, very, very grateful to it, you know. As I said before, regarding Johnny Depp, he's very, very talented. I always think they broke the mold when they made him.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah, one of my favorites.
Yes, 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 absolutely. So that's how I met him at Hollywood.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's so cool. Would you like to tell everyone how they can connect with you, how they can find you, or maybe book in for something as well?
Yeah, you can always find me on Absolutely Spiritual Readings page on Facebook. I don't have per se my own website, but you know, I'll be, if you've got any questions, just contact me and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Because this is a journey. We're all on this journey. You know, every day is a new challenge, but it's interacting with each other. You know, yeah, we talk about Johnny Depp, or we might talk about Andrew, but these people, their energy can be everywhere. And it's how we interact with each other. It's how we are in a supermarket or in a shop but, you know, number one thing is never making a person feel bad. Yeah, it's giving a word of encouragement. I saw a lady today, a lovely Asian lady, walking on her journey to the shops with her son. And it was the first time she'd actually walked out. And I said, well done. I said, keep going. I said, you're doing really, really well. Of course, then the bicycle just whizzes past. I said, it's okay. I said, they do this all the time. I said, you're fine. I said, but keep going forward. You know, and it's just that encouragement that we need, you know, never basically pointing the finger saying, oh, well, you're a bad person. Yeah, in life, there are going to be people who hack us off, annoy. Even our loved ones can annoy us at times, you know, but we still love them. We don't just give up because things get difficult, you know. As you know, Andrew said this morning in his lovely video, it's to do with that vibration, our vibrations. It's true. They interact, they touch other people. It's like throwing not that you throw stones into a water and kill fish or anything like that, but you throw a pebble into water and all the little ripples go out and they touch another. And that's how it is. We all interact with it. And even if you're not basically, I always like people to think of the scenario of a circle. You might not be able to basically get on with that person at that particular moment of time. But remember, if two people are back to back and they get them to walk round the circle, they will then face each other face to face. And it's just basically choosing the right moment. You know, as I say, it's not basically saying we're better than anybody else. Everybody's on their own journey. I'm no better than, I just happen to have maybe some more experiences.
Just happen to have met Johnny Depp, you know. And
Bill
he's probably
Blair.
going to watch this video, so hi, Johnny.
For anybody who happens to be on this journey of cancer, you know, not to think bad about it, not to get angry with, but to name their carcinoma wherever it is, you know. And it's the same again with men if they get pancreatic cancer or prostate cancer, or, you know, sometimes you can have a tumor in the brain. It's just to, you know, realize that not to get angry with it, just to say, fine, okay, technology can cope. Thank God that we have got technology. Thank goodness I mean, I know people, you know, decry, you know, major pharmaceutical companies, but without the pharmaceutical companies, a lot of people wouldn't be alive.
Yeah.
And it takes many, many years to actually study, to understand all these drugs. And it's true, a drug can either kill you or it can make you survive. I've been down both pathways, you know, and lost loved ones to, unfortunately, alcohol or drugs within the entertainment business. We won't go there. That's, you know, that's in the past. But, you know, I always know that their spirits were always around me. But as I was saying, it's a fact, just like the experiment today we did with the meditation, going to that planet far, far away where our loved ones are, and we can communicate. Oh, yes, sure, by all means, go to your spiritual churches and enjoy the environment, enjoy going to see spiritual mediums and such, right? But deep within yourself, you have to realize, I think we all need to realize that Merkaba energy is right within us. It's right within our own heart space.
Yeah.
And it's how we interact and how You know, and the first thing is we have to love ourselves, because before we can love ourselves, how are we expected to love anybody else and truly understand all the nits and grits and all the good things and all the even the really bad things? None of us are perfect.
No.
But at the end of the day, we're all beautiful spiritual beings on this journey together. It's like a bus. We're traveling on this bus, and sometimes people come on the bus and they'll stay with us for a little while and they'll get off the bus. And then more people come on the journey with us. A little while down the journey path, they'll get off the bus. And so new people come on and get off, new people come in and get off. But you know, we're only on this planet for so many years. None of us, not even the best psychic in the world, knows how long our lifespan is. And maybe it's just as well. We don't know. But in the meantime, it's enjoying the moment. God gave us a beautiful gift. It was called the present. And it's taking this moment and enjoying this moment. And, you know, not trying to live too far into the future. Yeah, we all have obstacles. There will be moments when we get a car bill and we think, how the heck are we going to pay that off, or any other bill? But we will get through, and we will find the money. But, you know, money shouldn't, it's only a form of energy. It shouldn't rule our lives. You know, we can go for a walk, that costs nothing. Enjoying the environment, enjoying the energy of the trees and the birds and the little animals that are around us. You know, our animals give us so much love and unconditional love. And that's why I think maybe they came from a planet far, far away to be with us for those, how many years, maybe 10 to 20 odd years if we're lucky, you know, being our best friends and helping us. And sometimes those animals become our best confidants. They know all our secrets, more so than a hairdresser or a dentist. They know
That's
our
true.
inside and out.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the reason we love them so much. And to also, you know, enjoying the company of other people. And basically, you know, somebody once said, if you've got 5 really good friends, then you're a very lucky person.
Yeah.
You know, love everybody, but trust few. And that's very true, I think. I think one singer once said that. And it's true. We got to, you know, love those people who really, really are part of our life, a part of our journey. They may not always be on that journey forever, you know, but they may be there just for that brief moment of time. And then we may go and see them again, and it's like time has stopped. And you think, oh, flipping heck, how many years is it? It's been 2 or 3 years, but here we are again.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
is
that's lovely.
a beautiful,
That's really
beautiful idea.
inspiring. Oh, thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, and thank you so much for inviting me. It's been great.
Oh, you're welcome.
And I hope